How's
Hi,
everybody?
everyone.
Ooh, it's cold. Whew, how's everybody?
Pretty good.
Good. All right. Oh, do you see how Antonella's t-shirt has the red background with the white?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
well,
cool.
the
We're
option.
looking at some t-shirt designs
Oh,
for ourselves, so
cool. Oh yeah, I like that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
All right. So let's everybody stand up. So you can have your hand against the wall if your balance is challenged, but we're gonna go ahead and lift our right leg up as high as you can. And from here, let's go ahead and rotate abs in tight, chest out. Rotate one direction. Good, and rotate the other. You can spread your toes out as you're doing this. Go ahead and point your fingers and then flex, pushing your heels out. Okay, go ahead and bend at the knee and kick out. And lastly, let's rotate at the knee. And switch. Okay, oh my God, shake it out. Whew. Okay, the other leg, lift up as high as you can. Head rotate. Abs engage. And switch direction. Point your toes. Point your heel. Toes, heel. And bend the knee and then extend. So now bend the knee at a 90 degrees, right? And you're gonna rest it there and relax from your shin down. Relax and stir your foot. And go ahead and switch direction. All right, put that foot down. Just shake, 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 shake. All right, let's go to our hips. And switch direction. Okay, come back to center. And with our hips, we're gonna do circle 8. So you're gonna go diagonally to the front, bring it to the back, diagonally to the opposite side, circle it back, and we're gonna chain them together. And go ahead and switch direction. Okay, let's go to our shoulders. And switch direction. Elbows. And switch. Wrists, forearms together, and go ahead and rotate the wrists. And switch direction. Good. Let's go to our neck. And switch direction. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm really cold and I need to warm up. We're gonna do, let's see, we're gonna do 10 burpees. And while after 10 burpees, you'll just go switch, stand up and do these lunge hops, right? So the idea is you want to do your burpees as closely, perfectly as possible, right? So you're squatting down, jump your legs back, do a push up all the way down, come up, jump to your hands and high knees. That would be 1, right? So do 10 and the rest of the time, you have 1 minute to do that, and the rest of the time, if you're done, then it's the lunge jumps. Let's see if we get this, the timer going. And all right. Actually, you have more than, I'm going to up it a little bit. You have 1.5 minutes. All right, let's go. 10 burpees. Seven seconds. 5, 3, and go. 10 seconds. 5. Go. And go. And last one. Coming up. Go. Almost there. 10 more seconds. 5. And time. Go ahead and take a quick water break. All right. Let's come back. Go ahead and open your stance really wide. Do a little bit of stretching, and we'll go into jujitsu really wide. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and take my left arm, forearm on my inner thigh. I'm gonna press, trying to open my leg, and the same side leg is pressing in. Opposite hand, my right hand, palm on the knee. I'm gonna press the same, pressing the leg out and the legs pressing in. I'm gonna squat down and put my right shoulder towards the ground. So squat down, squat and tuck my hip bone. Good, the other side, squat, tuck. Good, come up. I'm gonna lunge side to side a few times. Couple more times, and then right and to the left. Come up, and from here, I'm gonna bring this down. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and step my right leg back, come to my knee, right, come to my knee, and I'm gonna pivot this foot in, and I'm gonna sit on my butt, and I'll take the post leg back. So from here, let's stretch ourselves to the front leg 90 degree, the back leg 90 degree, right? So you look like this as much as possible. And from here, I'm gonna start out going towards the leading knee. I'm gonna stack my spine, tuck my belly in. I'm gonna extend my arms and twist as far as I can go. And using my chest, I'm gonna take a deep breath. Using my chest to lead, I'm gonna exhale and come down and walk my hands out as far as I can. Good, I'm gonna come forward. I'm gonna do now my arms out, and I'm gonna use my chest to come forward, walk. Arms out. Good, I'm gonna come up. Now my arms extended. I'm gonna twist as far as I can and then reach forward, leaving my knees on the, both of my knees on the ground, my hips on the ground. Good, I'm gonna come back, and now I'm gonna go ahead, put my hand on the, kind of close to my hips, posting, and I'm gonna shift my legs side to side. So I'm gonna collapse my right legs on top. I'm gonna press, like tighten my right glutes and pop my hips forward. Switch, now is my left. Tight, press forward. Go ahead and switch now. We're on the other side now. Adjust yourself, 90-90. And from here, let's turn towards the leading knee. I'm gonna twist as far as I can and walk my hands out. Come up. I'm gonna go forward. As I exhale, I come down. Walk your hands up, arms out, twist as far as you can, and then reach outward. Good, come back to center. You can post the same arm as the leading knee here. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and open my back leg up. Open my back leg up with a slight bend in the knee here, right? And from here, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go ahead and turn as far as I can towards my back. I'm gonna turn and then I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna post my hand, come down on my elbow, right? And then press my hips forward, right? Opening the back leg. If this is all you can handle, great. If you can go farther, you're gonna go down to your shoulders here, right? Your back knee, more often than not, will be up. It's fine. You just keep pressing the knee down onto the mat and hips pushing forward. And if you are more flexible, you'll put the other shoulder down. Go ahead and come up onto your elbow, boom. And we're now, you can push your hand on the same side as a leading knee, the same side hand on the mat, lean forward and then switch the other side. I'm gonna do the other side. So 90 in front, stretch the back leg out. I'm gonna turn as much as possible to the back. I'm gonna post my hand, come to my elbow, press the back hip up, forward. If this is all you can handle, great. If you can go farther to the shoulder, great. And then both shoulders. Keep pressing the back leg and the hips forward. And knee pressing down onto the ground. Good, come on up, elbow, hands. Go ahead and put your hand, actually from here, you can post the same side arm as the leading knee here. Come up, pivot the leg, and we're gonna sit on our heels here. Walk your hands out as far as you can, and then sit back. And from here, you're gonna go ahead and glide your forehead, your nose, your chin, and your chest onto the ground, boom, leaving your lower hips on the ground. Now look up, extend your arm, stretch your ears away from your shoulders. Go ahead and look side to side. And we're gonna go back into the technique. So it's your chest, your chin, your nose, your forehead. One more time, forehead, nose, chin, chest. And reverse, chest, chin, nose, forehead. Okay, all right, so go ahead and take a sip of water if you like. About to share a video, hold on a second. Get the timer. Okay. All right. I'm gonna continue the 2-on-1 technique that I've been working on last Thursday, last Sunday. So we're gonna do the first drill where we chuck the entry to 2-on-1. 2-on-1 means two of my hands on one of my partner's arm. So this is what it looks like. Okay. So typically, when your partner is cupping your head or your neck, right? This is a good opportunity to grab that arm and control that arm. So you're gonna grab with both arm and chuck at the shoulder. You could do it with one arm. So this is basically how you chuck using your whole body, right? Again, I'm gonna go grab. So notice that the arm closest to your partner, the palm is up, and the arm that is on your chest is palm down, right? That's how you control the arm and you chuck. And let's do that. I'll go over that. So if I'm being grabbed on the right, the left shoulder, right, I am gonna cross. So if I'm being grabbed to my left, it's my right hand. See, and my arm goes across my chest. I'm gonna control that wrist here with palm down, all fingers here, right? And then the second hand will be above their elbow at their tricep and palm down. I mean, palm down with the one that's close to me and then palm up on the second hand. So here and then cup, right? And I like to get into kind of a slight staggered stance here, right? If I'm being grabbed, I'm gonna get into a stagger stance here. And what I'm gonna do is it's gonna start, right, with my foot, knee, hip, shoulder. So it's foot, knee, hip, shoulder, I'm gonna chuck. So grip, palm down, palm up, and I'm not stretched out. I'm really close, pulling my partner's arm in. And from here, I'm gonna start with my foot, knee, hip, shoulder, I'm gonna chuck. And I stay down here with my weight. So look at my posture, I'm leaning. I'm not here in center. I'm leaning towards the arm. I'm making my partner, I'm breaking their posture, and I'm keeping their posture broken by putting my weight on top of their arm, right? So practice that a couple times, and then we're gonna do a drill. Try to do the other side too. So again, if you're being grabbed at the right, it's your left hand that comes across your chest, palm down, palm up, boom, and I'm gonna break and I stay down. Good. Go ahead, yep, a couple times. So make sure you wanna rotate your ankle, your knee, and your hips, right? You're using your whole body to break that arm away from your neck or your head. Boom. Nice, Antonia. Good. All right, so we're gonna do a drill where you're gonna come in a semi-crouch position, right? Which is halfway here. This is low crouch. All the way here is low, and then stand up, and then semi is where you're squatting here, right? And have your stance not square but staggered, and the same hand with the leading leg is out. So you're protecting, right? Just in case your partner is shooting in, you're protecting that leg. So you're gonna walk around like this, and I'm gonna say right or left. If I say left, that means you're being grabbed at the left. So your right hand comes and grab. You're gonna go boom and stay down here and walk around for a bit, and then come back up into your semi-crouch. And we'll repeat that, and I'll call out right or left, and I might throw in sprawl or burpees. Okay, so let's give that a try. Me get the timer. Okay, go ahead, get in your stance, walk around. Imagining you have an opponent in front of you, and now left, they're grabbing you on the left. Boom, boom. Stay down, walk around, let go, and go back to your, you could switch, if you're used to this, you can switch your stance back and forth, boom, boom. Right. So your left hand would go grab at the chest, palm up, and boom, stay down, come up, go back, move around, sprawl. Left, so your right hand first, boom, walk around and go. Burpees, sprawl, right, back, sprawl, left, back, right, back, sprawl, right, burpees. All right, good job. Whew. All right, so that's how one way to get control to your arms against your partner's one arm. And from there, let me share the screen here. We're gonna do a takedown from here. Boom. Is that it? So from here, you have 2-on-1. Notice that she's really putting her shoulder and her belly on top of the her partner's arm, right? So from here, you could do an arm bar, but we're not gonna do that one. So the next one is, look, we're gonna do a takedown. So notice that the first thing we did the chuck to grab the arm, and then from here, once we get control of the arm, we do another chuck. And you notice that when you do that, the partner steps up and bring the head closer to our arm to reach over and grab the head, right? So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the head, control the head. Now look, this is controlling the head and one of the arm, right? And then from here, I'm gonna go step back to bring the leg closer. I'm gonna go ahead after that. I'm gonna feed the arm and the head to one side and to free up my arm, and I use the free arm to do the takedown. So again, I'll walk this through slowly. I just want to give you guys a visual. So from here, right, hold on. One chuck, grab the head and connect with the other arm. I'm going to step back to bring the leg forward and then feed the arm and the head to one side, right, to free up the arm, and I get down on my knee and do a takedown. So let's do that together. So we're gonna start with the hand on the shoulder, on the left shoulder. So our right hand grabs at the chest, palm up, we're gonna chuck, right? And now we are having the arm close to our belly and our shoulder is waiting on the arm. And from here, I'm gonna go ahead and chuck one more time to bring my partner to square it up with me. And the hand that's on the shoulder will wrap around my partner's head and come around and cup my partner's chin here. And then the second hand will come in and I will grip on the second hand here, right? So I have control in here is my partner's head and arm. I'm controlling them. And I need to have my partner to step her leg up so that I can pick it up, right? So to do that, I'm gonna step my left leg back. I'm gonna go ahead and feed the arm, and my right hand will be grabbing the arm and the head in here, right? And from here, I'm gonna come down to my left leg, pick up the leg, and I step up. Good. So again, let's start. They're grabbing on your left side, right arm across the chest, palm up. I'm gonna chuck, and then I'm gonna chuck again to bring them close. And then my right hand will wrap over, cup at the chin to control them until this hand comes in, and I'm gonna put palm down and pull. So now I'm in here is where their head and arm is. I'm gonna go ahead and step my left leg back to make my partner step their leg forward. I'm gonna go ahead and feed the arm and the head to my right side to free up my left hand. And I'm gonna get down on my knee, scoop the leg up, and then I'm gonna step up, right? So again, Let's go. Left side, boom, boom. I'm gonna chuck and then second chuck. And then I'm gonna wrap my arm around their head, my right arm. And then I'm gonna connect my arm together. I'm gonna step back. And I'm gonna feed the arm and the head to my right side, right? Free up my left hand, and my left leg goes down on the mat. My left hand grabs my partner's ankle, and I'm gonna step up with my left leg. Boom. So again, let's do that again. So I'm gonna go chuck once, chuck twice, wrap the head, connect the arm. I'm gonna step back with my left leg, pass the arm and the head to my right, free up my left arm. My left knee goes down on the ground. I'm gonna grab the angle and I'm gonna step up with my left leg. Yeah, so do that a couple times on your own. So share it again if you are kind of not sure. While you're doing this, you can watch. So chuck the brain, grab the head, connect the arm, step back, and I'll do it again. Chuck, grab the head, connect the arm, step back, feed the arm and the head, down on your knee, and come up. Good. Keep going. Right. We're gonna do 3 minutes of the drill. So it will include, again, I want to go over the different stance that you could have when you're out on the mat and facing your partner. You can have stand-up stance, right here, where you're upright and you're moving around, shuffling, boom, boom. Your legs are, it's just the knees slightly bent and you're moving around. So I'm gonna call that 1, right? And then semi-crouch, which we've been doing. You're staggering your stance and you're moving around, boom, boom, boom. And then that's 2. And then 3 is you're down below. You're down below and you're moving fairly slow, right? You're really squatting low. So 1, 2, and 3. And then when I call out the technique, you will do the technique we just learned today, right? Boom, 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 wrap, arm here, grab, and come up. So 1, 2, 3, or technique, or a sprawl, okay? So get ready. And you'll start out with number 1. So move around. 1, 3, the technique, boom, chuck, chuck, grab the head, grab the arm, step back, feed the arm and head, boom, come up. And then go to 1, sprawl, to 2, to 1, to 3, the technique, chuck, chuck, to 2, sprawl, 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 to 1. Three. Sprawl. Technique. To 1. Sprawl. To 2. Sprawl. To 3. To 1. Technique. To 1. Sprawl. To 3. Sprawl. Ignore that. Keep going. Technique. To 1. Sprawl. To 2. Sprawl. To 3. Sprawl. The technique. To 1. To 3. Sprawl. And sprawl. All right. Good job. Good, good.
Thanks, Molly.
Yeah.
You do that all in your big sweatshirt.
I am sweating right now, but that's how cool my house is.
Wow. Nice. All right, so let's I'll take about a minute break, grab a sip of water, and then come back and we're gonna kickbox.
Nice.
We're gonna continue working on some elbows and knees. Okay, so let's get started. Let me move my chair back so you can see me. Here. All right, so we're gonna stretch out our legs a little bit, just after all those burpees. So let's do let's start with a stretch that's with the couch or the wall. So I'm gonna find a spot like a couch or wall. I'm gonna lay my shin across it. So my shin is up like this, but I'm not holding it. It's on the couch or the wall. My other foot's posted. And then I wanna show you finish that by tilting your hips forward. So you don't wanna be here. You don't wanna be here. You want, really think about this should be straight. If anything, think about maybe leaning back a little bit with your upper body to counteract this tendency. And you're just trying to tilt your pelvis upwards towards the front of your pelvis up towards the ceiling. If you can't tilt your pelvis upward and you feel like you're very crouched, then move your knee a little farther from the wall or the couch so that the angle of the bend is a little less intense. It's more important that you can open up your upper body to fully stretch your quad. So if anything, think about leaning back with your upper body, pushing forward just with like your hip down. Think about your butt pushing forward. All right, and switch, other side. So same thing, bend your knee as much as you can while still being able to open up your upper body rather than being crouched downwards. Try to tilt your hips forward, lean your upper body back a little bit to counteract the tendency to lean forward for balance. You lean back a little bit and then try to push just your hips forward and tilt up to the sky. Awesome. That's a really important concept for us. A lot of us sitting all day now, especially in the pandemic, is that we think we're straight up in these positions, but a lot of the time we're not. We're here. We're sort of, we're just naturally kind of crouched at the waist, because our body's trained in that position all day. So yeah, undo it. So let's do a little splits training. We did that last week too. So you can come up to a stand. So what we're going to do is we're not going to come down to the ground yet. We're going to get as far apart as you can get with your feet, toes pointing roughly forward. If you need to angle them out a little bit, you can, but not wide angled out, generally forward. And so you're going to get to a position, let's say like close to the lowest position that you can hold here. So that's going to depend not just on your flexibility, but the surface you're on. Because if it's slippery, don't risk, you don't want to do this kind of training in fight or flight mode. So you don't want to be in a place where you're like, oh, I'm about to fall, because that's going to just tighten up your muscles in bad ways. So be in a place where you can hold comfortably, but you're not in like a panic mode. Just knowing that we have, different slippery floors and stuff. So you're in this wide leg position and we're going to hold there. And then what I'd like you to do is think about as though you're trying to bring your feet together through the floor. So you're pressing down through the floor as though you're trying to bring your legs together. You should feel that in your glutes, your adductors, your inner thighs. Hold there for a few breaths. And then when I say go in a second, then you're going to sink to a next lower position. Try to widen your feet a little bit, come to a slightly deeper position. But again, without putting your hands out, down, and just as deep as you're comfortable. So get set and go. It's your next position. So again, try to bring your feet through the floor. Trying to really forcefully press your legs down. Okay, one more time. Get set and go. A little deeper if you can. If not, you can just hold here. Press your knees through the floor, or your feet through the floor, not your knees. All right, and now let's bring our hands to the floor and come down to a deeper position. I have room here. If you can come to why don't we do this? Come to the lowest position you can come now with your hands on the floor. So you're going to come to something like a full split. Now you're supporting some of the weight through your hands. And now let's turn to the right. You can turn whichever way you prefer first, but if you want to follow me, turn to the right. And you're going to try to stay low and turn your legs. Now, if this, yeah, exactly, everyone's doing it. If doing that move tweaks with you, don't do it. Come out and then go into it, like just as needed. You don't want staying low like that through the transition. So come into your side. I'll talk about that in a second. Come into your side splits. You can have your hands on the ground. You can come up more. You can come. I used to be able to do this. You could come, do a forward bend. I can't do it right now. So not that flexible right now. So hold this for a few minutes. And again, you're thinking about pressing your legs through the floor. So you're not training yourself to just be passive in this position where if you fall into it, you'll rip something. You're trying to train yourself that your muscles can hold you here. And in terms of twisting through the bottom position, that's really good also for your mobility, but you don't want to do it if it's tweaking something. For me, when my knee is out of alignment, I sometimes have to modify that because that torque is too much on my knee, twisting in the bottom low position. All right, so come back to the middle. Just going to transition through the middle and go to the other side. So to your left, if you were just doing your right. Here for a few breaths. Again, you're trying to press your legs down through the ground. So you develop range of motion supported by muscles. Let's come back to the middle. And let's come back to the middle, and then I didn't do it all the way. Come back to the middle and then sit down. It's kind of nice to go through that twice sometimes, but we'll just do a couple other stretches and then get into some kickboxing. So so let's just do the straight forward bend. So again, we're gonna do it at 3 levels. So you know, the first level is an easier level for you, and then going down to your deepest level for today. So and then still thinking about strong legs. So thinking about rotating your legs upward, keeping your knees pointing towards the ceiling rather than rolling them in, and thinking about laying your belly on the ground, even if you can't get as far, versus trying to get your head to the ground with an arch, because the goal isn't really to get your head to the ground. The goal is to bend well with your back. So try to keep your back straight. You're just coming forward trying to think about laying your chest and belly onto the ground. So come to your first position, hang out for a few breaths. Come to your second position, a little deeper. And then come to your deepest position for today. All right, come up slowly. Keep your legs. Let's stretch our side. So we're gonna come over, so we're gonna drop your left shoulder. If you're doing the same side as me, you're gonna drop your left shoulder onto the ground. This one can grab and go up like that. You can see like I can't open up very far there. I sometimes do it that way anyway, because I'm trying to learn to do it. So I'll do it to kind of work on it. But otherwise you could just come over the top, because the point is really for this is to stretch your chest. Try to open up your chest, stretch your ribs up to the ceiling. All right, other side. Good, come up. And then let's twist towards our back. So if you take your left hand, place it behind your back, your right hand on your right leg, and then you twist back. But even though you have your arms bracing, try to use your waist muscles to twist. Keep pushing with your muscles a little further and further into the twist. Good, other side. All right, and then back to front, and then shake your legs out. And stand up, and we're gonna start the kickboxing techniques. Let's do this, let me make sure we have time for the thing I'm thinking we're gonna do. Yeah, so we're gonna eventually be doing a side kick. So I want us to start with the side kick drill, and then we're gonna put that, come back to it in a combination later. So grab a chair or a spot on the wall that you can hold on for a side kick drill. We're gonna do the kind of harder side kick drill. I'm gonna roll this mat up because I cannot kickbox on it. It's too grippy. Got there. Okay, looks like everyone's got something. So we're going to up a little bit. We're going to be doing the 2-minute, we've done this before, 2-minute side kick drill. So I find this I realized it's more tiring than I remembered it, and I realized it's the chair. I've done this on the wall a lot. The chair provides a lot less stability, so that's pretty cool actually. The second minute of this, I find it much harder with the chair than with a wall that's more stable. So just something to keep in mind. If it's feeling easy and you're doing it with a wall, you could try switching to a chair. So the first minute is just gonna be the full side kick drill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over and over. So notice that, especially for people who are newer to this, notice that my feet are pointing towards the camera. My toes are pointing towards the camera on the first step. In the second step, as I pivot, my toes are now pointing towards the chair. My heels are pointing on my standing foot is pointing away from the chair towards my kicking surface. So both my standing foot, my standing heel and my kicking bottom of foot are now facing where I'm gonna kick. I kick straight out, pull it back, come down. The second round, or the second minute, we're just gonna go straight into it and just kicking out here. This is the one that I find much more tiring with this. Then I was like, this is much more tiring than I remember it. And with a wall, you put a lot of the balance force into the wall. So with the chair, it's a lot less stable. So so we'll do 1 minute. If you're newer to this and you need to put your leg down and take a break, you know, with this drill or right before it, go ahead. Otherwise, we're gonna go straight through and then do that so it's gonna be 2 total minutes on each side. So get set. This way. All right, get ready and go. First round. $15 more seconds like this. All right, and now switch when you're out to here. When you get to this position, then just hold the position and kick out. If anything starts hurting in a bad way, like your standing knee starts tweaking out or something, put your foot down, take a break, you know, come back to it. Otherwise, try to do it for the whole minute. Ideally, you should be feeling it a lot in your kicking leg, glute, hamstring, not in your back, not in your standing knee. 10 more seconds. All right, great. Shake it out. Good job. We're gonna go to the other side. Okay, so get set. So same thing on the other side. We're gonna start with the full side kick drill, and then at a minute, switch to just the end part of the kick. And go. A few more seconds like this. All right, and next one that you're up, start just kicking out. 15 more seconds. Great, nice, shake it out. Okay, so you can put your chair away. We're gonna practice a little footwork for side kicks and then go into some elbows and some combinations. So let's practice the step behind side kick. Let's see if I can get this set up well. So this is a step behind side kick. So one way you throw a side kick, I think you've all seen this, is, if I'm throwing it from the front side kick, I might want to just lift my leg and throw the side kick. And I'm just punching and I just want to lift my leg and throw it. But if I want to cover distance, and also a good way to learn the form, because this kind of forces you to have perfect form, is I'm going to step in front, I'm going to step behind, and then I'm going to kick. So people would do that, they do it chasing somebody, but they also do it when you recover, like you've gotten into this footwork, basically when you're doing a second kick from a bad position or from a less than optimal position, you might use this footwork. So let's practice it together. So get into your regular stance. We're going to practice it in our regular stance and our reverse stance, because we may end up doing both. I think today we'll probably just be doing it in our regular stance, but let's practice it on the other side a little bit too. So this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna take your left leg, step it a little bit across, not so that your feet are crossed up, but more so than we're parallel. Step it kind of in front of the other leg. Now you're gonna take your right leg, turn your heel towards the person you're kicking, yeah. And then last one is kick out. So again, you're gonna go step, step, kick. Yep. Left step, right step, kick. And come back. So let's add the jab to that now, because if you just start running at people, they know what you're doing. So people generally throw throw a jab on that first step to kind of get the person's eyes upward, and you normally would step with a jab. So let's do 5. Like this seems like everyone's kind of got it. Let's do 5 of these side kicks. So I'll count them, and you can do it as fast as you want when I count it, but you're gonna throw the jab out. It's not a real jab. Don't think about it like a real jab. You're just flinging the arm out for that lead step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Okay, now let's switch. Let's do it on the other side. So this is a little weird because it's not your stance, but it's also might be more natural in some ways because it's your dominant leg. So, again, you're stepping now your right leg forward, your left leg, the heel faces, and your right leg kicks. So, and we're gonna add a right jab. So 1, step, step, kick. 2, step, step, kick. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, nice. So now we're gonna leave that for a minute. We're gonna go into elbows, and then we're gonna come back to it into combinations that we're doing. So let's practice these elbows. I'm gonna put my timer. It's on the chair. Oh, I'm gonna need that. Hold on, let me find my phone. Give me a second. Huh. It was on the chair when we were doing. All right. Well, I'll show you the elbows, and then we'll break, and I'll call my phone. Here it is on the arm of this chair, hidden. All right. So I just wanted to check the time. Perfect. Okay. So for elbows, let's do 1 minute to get ready for elbows. So the elbows we're throwing are going to be horizontal elbows that are analogous to hooks, and uppercut elbows. We're only going to be throwing them on the front. Uppercut elbows that are analogous to uppercuts. So to practice that, we're going to get our body warmed up for hooks and uppercuts. So we're going to do 1 minute of this. It's going to be jab, cross, hook, jab, hook. Normally you don't throw cross, jab, hook. It's just a drill. straight, straight, hook, straight, straight, hook. And you can see what I'm working on is having some amount of pivot on my jab cross and then a lot of pivot on my hook. Bam, 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 big pivot, straight, straight, big pivot. So it should just feel like, the way I do this is I don't really think jab, cross, jab, hook. I just think straight, straight, hook, straight, straight, hook. And I kind of think of the hook as the big punctuation. Straight, straight, hook. The straight straights, I'm really working on my arm flinginess, if anything. I'm trying to just kind of keep my body floppy. I'm setting up the power shot. So we're doing 1 minute, just continuous jab, cross, jab, hook. Really focusing on the pivoting your feet, pivoting your hips, especially on the hook. Okay, get set and go. Jab, cross, jab, hook, straight, straight, hook, straight, straight, hook. Nice, good. We're gonna do 1 more minute. Same thing with uppercuts. So now we're gonna go jab, cross, uppercut, cross, jab, uppercut. Normally when we do this combination, we do it leaning off to the side for the uppercuts so that we throw, like, we end up here and we're throwing kind of that body shot type of uppercut that's like, maybe it goes to the body, maybe it goes to the face, but I'm doing it from a slip type of position. For this one, because we're mimicking the elbows, uppercut elbows are pretty straight up the center. So I want you to try the uppercuts as a straight up the center uppercut. So if you're not sure what I'm even talking about, then just do the uppercut however you want to do it, or just do it like this and don't worry about the other thing I'm talking about. But uppercuts can be kind of off at an angle. You know, I slipped a punch and now I'm throwing it back to fill in that space. Or that's more common. Less common, but still used a lot, are uppercuts down the middle. Like if somebody was, if I was throwing punches at the body and then at the face, like if I was throwing jab to the body, uppercut to the face, and I'm just trying to keep that same line. You know, I'm in a narrow range. I'm not off to the side. So that's the kind of uppercut this is. It's an uppercut where you're right squared up with them, which is a more unusual place to throw an uppercut. So just think about that. Where you generate the force from is crouch, pop. So that's what generates the force. And that's the same with the uppercut elbows. So you're working on that hip pop. So it's jab. If you want to do the jab and the cross from a bit of a crouch, so you can pop the uppercut, that would be good. In Sancho kickboxing, any kickboxing with grappling, we usually, you know, MMA, we usually do keep our kind of what Molly was calling position 2. That would be the typical position to be in. You're less likely to get taken down. So you can be crouch, crouch, pop, crouch, crouch, pop. So 1 minute, jab, cross, jab, uppercut. Or just think of it straight, straight uppercut, straight, straight uppercut. And go. Try to make the uppercut really punctuated, like the other punches are the setup and the uppercut is the knockout. And by the way you make it more punctuated is by popping your hips, twisting your foot. now we're gonna do the elbows. So we'll do we'll practice all 4 varieties of this, even though we're not gonna use them all in the combinations. So we'll practice hook elbows, like horizontal elbows, and uppercut elbows. So let's start, the most natural is the right side, rear side, horizontal elbow. Let's throw 10 of those together. I'll go over a couple things about them. So you need to make sure you start not squared up. If you start here, just like any rear side technique, if my right shoulder is not back, I'm not gonna have any twist. So even though my legs are staggered, I'm not completely sideways, but I'm definitely at a 45 so that this has a long way to go, my right shoulder. And then I'm gonna bring my elbow up. I'm gonna have my palm facing down. Doesn't matter if it's in a fist or out, that's sort of debatable. But my palm's facing down. My elbow will be the hitting surface, my very tip of my elbow. And I'm gonna bring this arm into my armpit. The way we're gonna do it is we're gonna do it with our arm out. So we're gonna have our left arm out, and then we're gonna pull that back, and we end up in this very tight position with our right arm in our armpit here. So it's gonna go. And you'll see in a minute that this outstretched arm could be a jab. It's very hard to throw the rear side, just like a rear hook from nothing. You usually would have thrown a front side technique. So it could be a push. It could be like a holding them back, but then they start coming in. So you throw the elbow. It could be a clinch. It could be a jab. So when we do 10 of these, we'll do 10. The 10 is start with your arm out, throw the elbow, come back. That's 1. So good. Yep, looks good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna throw now on the other side. So that horizontal elbow on your lead side. For that, we need to come to this position because we can't throw it from here. We won't have any power. I'm already almost as twisted as I can be. I need to bring this back to throw it forward. And that's pretty natural. You might have slipped, you might have punched. So when I say 1, you're gonna go slip, elbow. So slip, elbow. And again, the elbow can come into the armpit. Keep this hand tight, your other hand, your right, so that you come to a very shielded position because they're likely to try to throw an elbow back. So 1, slip, elbow, and then come back. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. So now we'll do the uppercut elbows. So we'll start with the rear side. We've been doing the front side. Let's do the front side first. We've been doing that side more. So it's kind of a little more commonly thrown on the front side because the front side's closer to the person. And there's a little extra thing that we're gonna do with the uppercut elbow in distinction from the uppercut we were just throwing. So when we throw the uppercut elbow, we're also gonna step out a little bit on either side. We're gonna step out like a jab. We're gonna step forward. So I could just throw it pop up, but you can see that's only gonna work if the person's head is right here, which is unusual. So I wanna cover just a little distance, assuming they're sort of more like here. So I'm gonna go. So my hips are exactly the same we've been practicing, but I'm gonna take a little step like a jab and then come back. So I launch out of my back foot. My arm does this, like my hand combs my hair to bring my elbow up, but I also kind of thrust out a little forward just to cover a little more range. Otherwise, it's very unlikely that I'd hit somebody so close range. Yeah, so let's do 10 of those. So 1, uppercut back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And now we'll do the rear uppercut, and you still take that same kind of jab step. It's a little like the cross step. It's just, you know, it's a very similar step. So you step up a little bit and pop your hips up. This isn't thrown as much because you can see the, I figured we'll work on it for the body mechanics, but it's unusual, I think, to throw a rear uppercut elbow. Maybe like you have them in a clinch or something, like you can see the reach is a little hard, but it's good to practice it on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Okay, good. So we're going to start some combinations. Grab a sip of water if you need it, and then we're going to go into some combos with this. Make sure I have it right before I tell it to you. Let's do this. This way. All right, yeah, that'll be good. Second one is. All right. Give people a second more to come back. Okay, so here's the combination. That made me think of the parents just don't understand. Okay, here's the combination. My parents went away on a week's vacation. Anyway, so that's why I started cracking up when I said that. So the combination is this. So let's do, we'll do this one first. So this is gonna throw the rear side elbows. So we're gonna throw, you've seen this hand set up before. So we're gonna throw jab, I'll show it a few different angles. Jab, rear hook up or rear horizontal uppercut. So jab, sorry, not uppercut, horizontal elbow. So jab, elbow. Let's do 2 jabs, so it'll be more realistic. So it'll be jab, jab, elbow. And now I'm gonna grab their head and I'm gonna elbow them again. So before I was elbowing them from a punch, now I've grabbed their head in a clinch and I'm elbowing them a second time. Now I'm gonna bring in the second hand. We didn't review knees, but we're gonna throw a knee. So I'm gonna throw my rear knee and I'm gonna step forward. So now I'm in a reverse position. And from here, I'm gonna end with this side kick. So I'm gonna let them go. In this case, there's different ways to do this, but let's say I let them go and they start backing up. I'm gonna step behind and throw the side kick. So here, let me show it orthodox this way. So I'm gonna go jab, jab, right elbow, grab, right elbow, second hand grab. My left hand was grabbing, now my right hand too. Right knee, but I'm gonna bring it down forward. Maybe I was trying to throw a second knee. I was trying to throw a walking knee. That's probably why I would switch my stance. I was planning to do this, but they left. I threw my right knee. They're trying to break away. They're getting out of my clinch. From here, I'm gonna throw a reverse step behind side kick. So again, make sure I'm in my right stance. I'm not. Jab, right elbow, sorry, 2 jabs. Jab, jab, right elbow, grab, right elbow, clinch. Right knee, step down. They're breaking away, step behind, side kick. And I can jab back. Again, jab, jab, right. I keep getting back to southpaw. You end up in I think you end up in a southpaw stance. So once you back up, you're gonna need to switch your stance back. So jab, jab, right elbow, grab, right elbow, clinch, right knee, right side kick, back up throwing southpaw jabs. Once you're in out of range, you can switch your stance back. Don't switch your stance right in front of them unless you know ways to do that with good balance. You know, if you just go, like right in front of somebody, you don't want to do that. Well, they're right there countering you. So you can back up and then safely change your stance. All right, so get set. And go. So I'll say it a few times for people who want the review. So it's keep going otherwise. Jab, jab, elbow. Doing the right side, yeah. Jab, jab, elbow, grab, right knee, step behind, right side kick. Jab out, get your stance back. Jab, jab, right elbow, grab, right elbow, clinch, right knee, step behind, right kick. Jab out, fix your stance. Nice. Nice. Okay, good. So last combo is going to be this. It's going to be jab, cross. Let's do the uppercut elbow first. So jab, cross, left uppercut elbow, cross, hook elbow. That's the elbows portion. So jab, cross, hook, horizontal. Jab, cross, horizontal elbow, cross. No, it's the other way. Sorry. I always want to do the horizontal one first. Jab, cross, uppercut elbow, cross, horizontal elbow. The reason I can intersperse punches and elbows here is because the person would be backing up. If the person stayed in range, I'd have to keep throwing elbows. Probably I couldn't throw a cross there very well. But say I threw this elbow, the uppercut elbow, they backed up. I threw another cross, and now I throw a hook elbow. And now I'm going to just throw my lead side kick. I could step behind or just throw it from there. So it's jab, cross, elbow, cross, elbow. Now I'm really sideways. Take a little step up, kick them with my right foot. My left foot, right foot for me. One more time. Jab, cross. God, I gotta not throw the hook. Jab, cross, uppercut elbow, cross, hook elbow, lead side kick. Jab back. So get set. I'll say it a few times as we start. Otherwise, just go on your own. So it's jab, cross, uppercut elbow, cross, hook elbow, left side kick. Jab, cross, uppercut elbow, cross, hook elbow, side kick. Cross, uppercut elbow, cross, hook elbow, side kick. Nice. And then when you throw elbows, your hand should be close to your chest to make your arm pointy. Otherwise, it'll come out more like a hook. Yeah, nice. Keep going. Everyone, though, almost everyone is throwing, well, some people, not everyone, but keep going. Just when you throw the hook elbow, don't let your palm come out like a real hook. Your hand stays close to your chest when you throw it. So that's an elbow the whole way. Otherwise, your hand's just going to get caught if it turns into an elbow from a hook. If you want to see that, otherwise just keep going. If you want to see that, you want this rather than this. So it is the hook body mechanic, but don't let your hand come out from your chest. There are like cool sneaky moves where you pretend to throw a hook and turn it into an elbow, but it's not you're also more in danger of hurting your own hand. Yeah. right, nice, good work. So grab a spot for meditation. If you want, do a few minutes. So just begin by calming down your breath, taking deep inhalations through your nose, exhaling through your nose or through your mouth if you're still catching your breath, calming down your mind. And then something to try for today, let's, if you want to try this, think about something. It's kind of like using a mantra, but you're just going to think of a word or a concept that's something that you want to embody right now through this meditation. So I do that sometimes when I'm feeling really cranky during a meditation, for example. I'll just say grateful, grateful. And I'm not trying to think about things I'm grateful for. I'm just trying to use that word as a mantra to embody that word. And then I feel like I bring gratefulness. Or maybe if I'm feeling very agitated, I'll say calm, calm. So think of a word. If you try one for a second, you're like, I don't like that one, you can switch to another one, but think about something that you want to embody right now as you meditate. And don't think about the concept, just use the word to try to shape your experience as you meditate. So take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And then when you're ready, you could open your eyes. And then rub your palms together, generating some heat between your palms. And you could rub back on your ears. And then rub your hands together again. Rub the back of your neck. And then clasp your hands, turn, look over one shoulder, twisting at the waist, using your waist muscles. Other shoulder. Go back to the first direction. Second direction. Back to center. You can release your legs. Rub your thighs. Rub your shins and calves. Rub your feet. Okay, and that's it. Thank you guys. That was fun. I like watching everyone throw elbows.
Yeah, thank you. It's fun.
They're super, everyone looks all badass.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with anyone.
Right on.
Any of you?
That was fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I love the sequence we're doing in Molly's half too, and that's a very you could use that sequence in Sancho kickboxing and MMA. I love that you pick takedowns that are Sancho applicable.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's great. You don't always have to, but when you do, I definitely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly something you would do. Actually, our teacher, my teacher Talia takes classes with him sometimes too. He loves that 2-on-1. That's like you take classes with him too. You spar him. He's been really into that 2-on-1, into like, an arm bar kind of hold as a setup for takedowns. He basically does that takedown a lot.
Yeah, 2-on-1 is great. It's great.
And he loves to get to this. Yeah, he loves to get you to this position, use that arm bar, even though it's not an arm bar sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just use it as a control. So the person doesn't want to, they have to do what you say.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awful to be in that position, have the person have that, be cranked on like that, the way we were doing.
Yeah, you can crank on that, take that down. You could go to the back. If it turned into you and face you, you could add wrestling to it, go lower and do a, wrestling takedown, single leg, which or double leg, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a super, super, super awesome move to be able to do.
Yeah.
And you can do it he does it off of a punch too. So you punch him and he goes like that and puts you in that same position we were using.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any reach, any punch, any grip. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there. Be careful. Wear your mask.
Same here. Thank you. Bye-bye.